everyone, I have just received 3 brand new springs for the ZWQ S400 Zebra from 604 Blaster. Those springs are called the BC400 Spring and are available in a 1.7, 1.8 and 1.9 wire diameter. Here are the specs that are on the side, but first I want to say a big thank you to Andy from 604 Blaster for sending those my way. Always appreciated to have new spring for Blaster and for testing. If those springs interest you, I am gonna leave the link in the description so you can grab yourself some. By the way, I'm your host Dave, welcome to Tag. So those are the BC400 Spring. I got a 1.7 here. Yeah, that's very cool. He identifies them. A 1.8 here and a 1.9. The 1.9 feel quite stiff, almost as aggressive as a 2.0 from ZWQ. But that 1.8, I love the feeling. Honestly, and they seem pretty much regular size. Very cool from 604 Blaster to have those springs in inventory. It gave us tuning option for this incredible blaster. One little thing to do before we start. I am gonna go over the process of removing the spring or swapping it, so you don't tell me I haven't showed it. First thing, this little set screw in the top, and there is kind of a procedure with this one. You unscrew it almost completely. Once the screw is undone, you can normally pull back on your prime lever to remove it and not to lose it or anything to happen to it. I suggest you re-screw it flush with the prime member because there is not that much space between the shell and this prime member right here, so it can get caught there. Then you need another Allen key, a slightly smaller one, to remove the 2 little black screws on each side of the muzzle plate. That's the lower screw. Then you need to push that pin out. Then we can use those awesome metal pin to hold everything together like that. And once the bottom pin is removed, everything can be removed from the blaster, including the spring. And now I just need to swap it for one of the new spring inside of the blaster and redo the same process to close it. First, let's try those springs with the 45 centimeter. I am then gonna try them with the 55 centimeter barrel, so we're gonna have a good idea of the FPS difference and the consistency of the blaster with those springs in. First, with the 1.7, I had a maximum velocity of 274 FPS, minimum of 217, might be the dart, it's a bit low, and an average of 255, which is far from being bad with the quite light prime you have on this spring. Then the medium prime, which is a bit firmer but not completely tough. With the 1.8 I had a 307 maximum FPS, 271 minimum, and an average of 292. Then for the 1.9 we had 327 maximum, minimum of 262 FPS, and an average of 315. And that is quite high, a bit irregular. That 262 seems a bit low, but it might be either the dart or the length of the barrel or both of them. Speaking of barrel length here, I am going to swap this barrel for the 55 worker, and we are going to check those new springs with the new barrel. Barrel is installed, and I have to say the results were quite impressive. With the 1.7 we bump up things to 284 FPS max, 251 minimum, and 272 average with the 1.7, like quite a light prime. Then with the 1.8 we had 327 max, 276 minimum, and 301 FPS average, which is quite good for a 1.8 spring. And then with the 1.9 we had 337 FPS maximum velocity, 301 minimum and 327 average, which is all above 300. Quite impressive. We can easily see here that this blaster is under-barreled by design. I'm pretty sure a 600mm barrel would be perfect on that thing. In the end, those new BC400 Springs for the ZWQ S400, I mean, that is pretty nice to have a different increment compared to the 1.6 and 2.0 available for the blaster, so you can more fine-tune your blaster. Plus the numbers I had out of X-Shot Dart were pretty good. They seem high quality, the prime is regular and progressive when you prime them. Even the 1.9 is not that hard to prime and it delivers over 300 FPS performance. Those springs are really nice. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. If you are interested, go and grab yourself one. Those are no-brainer for tuning this blaster. Well, I think that's it for this small video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at @ThatOldNerveGuy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to be notified for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.